Small business owners are fighting for their livelihoods, literally, as coronavirus restrictions are keeping customers at home. Here to talk about it is Gene Marks, small business consultant and CPA of the Marks Group. Great to see you. First, I want to talk about how small business owners are coping with lockdowns. It's quite frankly a miracle. Any small business is still open and is not out of business after being closed for over 10 months now. A New York Post op-ed titled "King Cuomo's COVID Rules Meet the Constitution," and in it, it reads, "The state's problem, it has no scientific basis for its rules. Contact tracing survey shows just 1.43% of COVID-19 cases were linked to bars and restaurants. Religious activities were traced to just 0.69% of cases, and the overwhelming majority, 73.84%, were tied to where? Private household gatherings, and that is where the governor has told everyone to shutter during the holidays. And look what happened after Halloween. Look what happened after Thanksgiving. We don't have the Christmas numbers yet, but sure enough, that and New Year's, it's going to happen again.
Yeah, Julie, let me actually give you even some more numbers, because I just wrote about this in The Hill this week. You know, in the UK, the National Health Service, now this is like the National Health Service, the government agency for their healthcare system, they reported that of the more than 71,000 people that have died of coronavirus since the outbreak broke out, 388 people, Julie, 388 either were under the age of 60 and had no pre-existing conditions, which means that 99.99% of the people in the UK, based on their numbers, that have died of coronavirus, as sad as that is, were older and had some type of pre-existing conditions. Now, we don't have the granularity of that data here in the U.S. because we don't have a National Health Service. But if you were to extrapolate it, as I wrote about, again, in The Hill, it would be just a few thousand deaths. And I know that sounds awful, and, you know, I'm not advocating killing people, but to shut down small businesses in California, New York, Pennsylvania. I mean, Julie, there is a restaurant in the downstairs of my building. I live in Center City, Philadelphia. These guys have not been able to operate since before Thanksgiving. And you're basing it off of numbers where the actual people that are dying of this that were not a risk factor was so small, is infuriating to thousands of small businesses all over the country. And what's even more infuriating is that many of the governors are making these decisions for political reasons. I mean, in California, you've got outdoor restaurants that are not allowed to serve food,
Gene,
but meanwhile, production facilities can do that because they're unionized.
Okay,
it's very frustrating.
You know, we've run out of time, but I mean, I just got to have your reaction to Governor Cuomo basically allowing Bills fans, I'm talking over 6,000 of them, into a stadium. He says that's different because it's outdoors, but yet just miles away, there are indoor restaurants that aren't able to welcome in customers.
Yeah, of course, my reaction is that's absolutely ridiculous and also inconsistent. You have to have a consistent policy. And I think that, you know, again, it's fine for the owners of these sports teams that are doing that and the businesses that support them. But come on, Julie. I mean, look in New York City, all of the restaurants and coffee shops that can't operate at all. The rules are just not specifically applied, and it is very, very unfair to tens of thousands of small businesses.
All right. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. But one small story I have to share. New Year's Eve, I call 9th Avenue Liquors in New York City. This business is around the corner from me. It's been open forever. And they got shut down on December 30th because they sold liquor past the 10 p.m. curfew, which I guess they were confused about that 10 o'clock curfew, and their liquor license was taken away. So you can't even sell liquor in this city past 10 p.m. for somebody to come in and pick it up. Where is the danger there? This is just crushing small business owners, and it makes me sick. Give 9th Avenue Liquor their liquor license back. They don't deserve it. None of these business owners do. Gene Marks, thank you.